against the mic.
It's 6 o'clock.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this evening, Atiku Abubakar visits Governor Wike, says Nigerians eagerly waiting for PDP to take over in 2023. Some Rivers APC members accuse State Caretaker Committee of refusing to sell forms to them ahead of ward congresses. U.S. court orders arrest of Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari, and on the foreign scene, Malala says girls' education worth fighting for. I am Carl Orakwue with the news. A former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, says Nigerians are eagerly waiting for PDP to take over in 2023. Atiku said this shortly after a closed-door meeting with Governor Nyesom Wike at Government House in Port Harcourt. He said his visit was to reconcile some political issues that are critical for the party ahead of 2023.
I came here to consult with the governor, on party affairs and how we can ensure there is unity and stability of our party so that we can take over government in 2023. I believe Nigerians can't wait for 2023 to come so that PDP will return. I have never seen it this bad. I am 70 plus. I have never seen it this bad in terms of security challenges, in terms of economy, in terms of unemployment. I have never seen it so bad. This is the worst.
Atiku Abubakar also commended Governor Nyesom Wike for his achievements in Rivers State.
I think he is topmost governor we have in the party. There is no doubt about that in terms of projects, in terms of youth and employment, in terms of security. Yes, we have security challenges all over the country, but Rivers is not as bad in other states. So I think we commend him for his leadership.
Some supporters of Senator Magnus Abe in the Rivers APC have accused the State Caretaker Committee of refusing to sell forms to them ahead of ward congresses. Some of them told our correspondent that they have been at the party secretariat since Monday. They have not been able to get forms. They threatened that ward congresses will not hold in Rivers State if they are denied participation again.
Those who are loyal to the Minister of Transportation, they gave them their forms in bulk. Now those who are loyal to Senator Magnus Abe, who are more in numbers, we are here to collect our forms. They have made it very difficult for us since on Monday. They have come again. We are still going to resist them. I can those who paid just last week. We collect funds, and those of us who paid since 2018 have not collected up to date. Look at the secretariat is locked. Every member of APC should respect the party constitution and allow everybody contest. If they refuse to grant our request, Congress will not hold the Rivers State.
But they recall that the Supreme Court in a judgment held that those who bought forms during the 2018 congresses but were denied participation should be incorporated in any new congress of the party without them paying for new forms. Responding to this, head of the Committee for the Sale of Forms for Congresses, Amina Gamawa, said most of Senator Abe's supporters presented photocopies of their bank tellers instead of the original copy.
I gave them my guidelines. The condition is that these forms, the people must come with identification. And the identification, it should be either voter's card, name slip, or driver's license. We want to be sure that these tellers belong to these people. And then another rule is that you cannot come with photocopied tellers. Some of them called me and they were saying that I have excluded them, a whole local government. I said I didn't give because of these photocopied tellers.
Ms. Gamawa also denied allegations that the Committee for the Sale of Forms is excluding some party members.
I was under instruction to sell forms to everybody, and I sold forms to everybody. I rejected photocopy tellers, and I have no regrets because I'm following the rules of my party. And we gave them so many forms. We worked so hard in the night, and they deliberately did not come for good 5 days.
Moving on, A political affairs analyst, Obidimma, says the bill on the ban on open grazing as approved by the Rivers State Executive Council will ensure the safety of lives and property in the state.
I believe that is a very good law that this state needs now because of the high insecurity posed by these headers. They are doing it with impunity. They are having this kind of sense of entitlement that all bushes and forests in this nation belong to them. And the citizenry of this state must be protected. And that's what the governor of the state, Nyesom Wike, swore to protect lives and property. And this anti-open grazing law will go a long way to actualize that.
I do recall that the Rivers State Executive Council approved a proposed bill that will give legal backing to the ban on open grazing and rearing of livestock in the state. Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of the state, Zacchaeus Adango, said if the bill is passed and assented to, it will criminalize and prohibit open grazing in the state. The chairman, Emoha Local Government Area, Chidi Lloyd, says his administration will establish a local security outfit in Emoha that will be regulated by law. Dr. Lloyd, who was speaking on Nigeria Info's Morning Crossfire, said he did not ban OSPAC, but was only reinforcing the ban by his predecessor, Tom Aliezi, after some members of the group deviated from their mandates.
I have reiterated the ban on OSPAC. No responsible government will sit and watch a few miscreants take laws into their hands. I do appreciate the fact that OSPAC or whatever, they came in at a time when the local government was taken over, as it were, by hoodlums. But what we are doing is that as plausible as the idea of OSPAC is, they need to be regulated. We call the stakeholders meeting and say, look, among those who are currently in this OSPAC in your communities that you perceive are good, bring the names back. We will now know that these people are responsible to us. So what we are doing as a government is first ensure that we have a system that knows everybody that is in this outfit. And I have prepared a bill, the MOA Local Government Vigilante Services.
On the protest by some staff of the council over deduction in their salaries, Chidi Lloyd said those whose salaries were slashed had no document to back their alleged promotions.
People who were on level 4 are earning salaries of those in level 12. Those who are head workers, I mainly paid them based on the nominal role that was given to me by the MOH, their own MOH. You were on level 4, right? Any salaries of somebody in level 4 in 2017. Between 2017 and date, somehow there has been no promotion, there has been no conversion. How did you gravitate to level 12? Okay. Look, I will make these things public if you push me this far.
Still ahead of the news this evening, River State government awards contract for establishment of a new River State Transport Company, RTC. To stay tuned.
Democracy is the freedom of speech. Freedom of speech. Nigeria Info opens the mic. This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. Civil rights advocacy group Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria has asked the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to allow Abba Kyari, a Deputy Commissioner of Police, face a U.S. court over his alleged role in a multi-million-dollar fraud committed by Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. The group in a statement said the corporate image of the Nigerian police force and the nation will be damaged if the IG of police does not facilitate Kyari's immediate travel to the United States of America to face his arrest warrant and clear his name. The Department of State Services, DSS, today failed to produce in court the 12 detained aides of Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Igboho. Recall that Justice Orakwue of the Federal High Court in Abuja ordered the DSS to produce the 12 aides who have been in their custody since July 2. Their case was expected to proceed regardless of the annual court vacation slated to begin on July 26. Our lawyer, Lawrence Nda, has advised the Kaduna State government not to appeal the court judgment that acquitted embattled leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, Ibrahim El Zakzaki, and his wife, Zinat. Nda told our correspondent that the release of El Zakzaki may address the rising insecurity in Kaduna State.
We thank God that the High Court in Kaduna State has discharged him. What that means is that he has been freed of all the charges against him. Today he is a free man. The implication of this is that the insecurity in Kaduna State vis-a-vis other states in the north will be peaceful now, because a man some people in the north believe in is as far as Islamic religion is concerned. Those who disagree with the views of federal government will now have a way to pacify their mind, having been discharged completely of all that he was alleged of. So it's a good thing for Nigeria, it's a good thing for the people of the north, because insecurity will reduce.
As you may know, El Zakzaki and his wife have been standing trial for the past 4 years after a bloody clash between his followers and soldiers in December 2015 in Zaria. In business, the Rivers State government has awarded a contract for the establishment of a new Rivers State Transport Company, RTC. State Commissioner for Transport, Osima Gina, who made this known in an interview, said the state government discovered that the former River State Transport Company, whose board members were dissolved, were not generating revenue for the state.
I am very confident that you will see a new brown RTC, not the old one that you come in and then everybody just come in and you go into placing your own vehicle, and then it has to be a business area that will make money for the government, because RTC is a company, a River State owned company. But when we came on board, we find out that it is not making any profit. It's just consuming.
I recall that Governor Nyesom Wike in April last year dissolved RTC, saying they were operating an illegal franchise scheme. In entertainment, Will Smith is back to the screens, this time in a biopic titled King Richard, based on Richard Williams, father of legendary tennis players Venus and Serena Williams. The Williams sisters are played by Sania Sidney and Demi Singleton. In sports news, American Sinisa Lee took Olympic gymnastics all-round gold as defending champion Simone Biles watched from the stands after withdrawing to prioritize her mental health. The 18-year-old Olympic debutant, who helped the USA win Team Silver on Tuesday, finished on 57.433 seconds.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
In foreign news, Malala Yousafzai has warned that the world is facing a girls' Asian crisis, with more than 130 million girls missing at the recovery pandemic had to mean fair access to education. The Global Partnership for Education Summit wants to raise $5 billion to support education in some of the world's poorest countries. And that does it here on the news this evening. But before we go, here's a quick look at the major stories. Earlier on, we told you Atiku Abubakar has visited Governor Nyesom Wike, and he says Nigerians are eagerly awaiting for the PDP to take over in 2023. You heard some Rivers APC members accuse State Caretaker Committee of refusing to sell forms to them ahead of ward congresses. We told you a U.S. court has ordered the arrest of Deputy Commissioner of Police Abba Kyari. And from the foreign scene, you heard Malala says girls' education is worth fighting for. The news is edited by Martha Okere. For eyewitness reports and breaking news stories, do contact our newsroom on 0818 900 0017. Cloudy weather is expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Carl Orakwue. To enjoy the rest of the evening.